Hey guys, TheJaseDawg here, and today I'm bringing you the results of WWE Fastlane 2016. Now if you all watched it, hell yeah. If you haven't, head on over to WWE Network and watch it. It was alright, it wasn't too bad of a pay-per-view. I thought it would be worse than what it was. Yeah, badder, whatever you call it. But some good results. I got a lot right. Oh yeah! If you haven't watched the prediction video, I'll leave a link in the description below. And head over, have a look, see how many I got right. Because I know I got a fair amount right with my choices of who I predicted to win and how the match would end. So we started with the kickoff show, or the pre-show kickoff show. I'm going to go with kickoff show like I did in the last one. So we started off with we had Kalisto defending his United States Championship in a 2 out of 3 falls against Alberto Del Rio. So, I predicted Kalisto to win, and I predicted it to go with a roll-up first by Kalisto, and then Alberto's submission, and then the last fall was going to be Kalisto hitting his finisher and pin. So, the match was pretty good. I'll talk about the match first, and then I'll recap on what I chose. So, with the match, I had so with it started. It went pretty well. They were going back and forth. Kalisto was getting his ass whooped, as he would, because he's small, but he was actually coming back in a lot of different ways. So, the first fall, Kalisto won, but he won it by DQ. Del Rio decided to pull a chair out of nowhere and whack! Solid steel chair out of nowhere, right to Kalisto. So Kalisto won the first fall, and then Del Rio threw him straight back in the ring after beating him up around the ring for a little bit, and then threw him back in there and hit his finisher, well, the one off the rope, when he has them, like, their legs on the middle rope, and he kind of jumps and squishes them with his knees. But he did that, but not off the corner. He did it off one of the side ropes, and he got the pin off that. And then they went back and forth for a bit, and then Kalisto went for his finisher out of the corner. Del Rio reversed it, and then Kalisto rolled him up and got the win. So Kalisto retained his United States Championship, which was good that he actually didn't lose it, because it was actually going back and forth a lot with his championship things, because Del Rio was champ, Kalisto took it back the next night, Del Rio took it back, then Kalisto took it back like 3 weeks later, and we were wondering, will Kalisto be able to hold his title, or is he going to lose it? But he held it, so that's good. So the recap of my predictions: I predicted Kalisto to win. Yeah, get that right. Who was I hoping to win? I was hoping Kalisto would win too, but I'm not classifying that. I was just hoping that we'd have Kalisto win, and we did. So, I predicted Kalisto to win. He won. I predicted the first fall to go to Kalisto. I got that, but I predicted it to be a roll-up. However, it was a DQ. So, I didn't get that. I predicted the second fall to go to Del Rio. I was right with that, but the way it happened, I predicted it to be submission. It was a pin. So, I didn't get that part right either. And then the third one, I predicted it to go to Kalisto, and by pin, and it was a roll-up. So, all up, I chose the line up, like the way that it would happen, Kalisto, Del Rio, Kalisto, but the ways I didn't get right. But however, I did choose a roll-up, and there was a roll-up in there. So, yeah. But we won't classify that. We'll just classify as the prediction I got right for Kalisto, but the lineups of how it happened I got right, but not the actual result of how they happened. Okay, and then we had AJ Styles featuring on the live Twitter type of questions thing. It was pretty interesting. We heard from him a bunch of different things. It was, if you haven't watched that, guys, go and watch the kickoff show for Fastlane, and hear what AJ Styles had to say with all the answers from from all the questions he got off Twitter. It was pretty interesting. And then we started the show. So we started the show with I'm pretty sure it was Becky Lynch and it was Becky Lynch and Sasha against Naomi and Tamina in a tag match. It was a pretty intense fight. We had them going back and forth. We had both Tamina and Naomi beating on Becky like normal, beating on her for a while too. And Sasha gets in there and she starts destroying them, and you know it was pretty hardcore. Like I actually enjoyed this match. It was probably one of the best matches, even though like out of the female matches, it was the best match. So we had towards the end, it was Sasha and Tamina as the legal people in the ring. Sasha locked in the bank statement, and Naomi almost broke it up, but then Becky grabbed her and locked her in the disarmer, and they both tapped at the same time. But because because Sasha was the legal one, Sasha got the win for them. So Sasha and Becky won the match. Now the recap: I predicted Sasha and Becky to win. Ding, got it right. I was hoping they'd win, and they did. So I predicted them to win. They actually won. I predicted also, guys, that Sasha would be the one to win it, and by submission. Got it right. Fuck yeah. So that's 2 predictions right for the actual matches. I had Kalisto to win, and I had Becky and Sasha to win, and I got them right. So we're heading to the next match. It was the Intercontinental Championship match. Kevin Owens defending his Intercontinental Championship against Dolph Ziggler, and this match was pretty intense. We've seen this match many times. Ziggler versus Owens. For the last, I think this last month, we had Owens and Ziggler. They had 3 matches against each other. Owens got the first win, then Ziggler got the next win, and then Ziggler got the 3rd win, I think it was. I'm pretty sure it was like that, but it was by dirty pin. So ever since, like, once Owens won the match, that fatal 5-way, Ziggler wanted a shot. Owens wanted nothing of it, but it became official. So the match was pretty intense. We had Ziggler hitting all his moves. We had Owens hitting all his moves. We had some pretty epic slams and shit. There was big hits and big falls, and it came down to it. Owens ended up hitting his pop-up powerbomb and got the win. So, who was I hoping to win this match? I was hoping Owens to win. Who did I predict to win? I predicted Owens to win, so got that. And I predicted him to win by pinfall. Got that. Now, that's 3 out of 3, guys, for the predictions. I predicted all those guys to win, and they did. So it was good to actually see Owens actually pretty much retain his title. I was hoping that he wouldn't lose it. Like I want Ziggler to get somewhere, because, you know, at the moment he's kind of losing a lot. But he is winning every now and then, but not as much as he should be. And Owens, I didn't want him to lose the title yet, because I have a feeling that it would be awesome to see Owens go into WrestleMania as champ, which is a prize fighter. But yeah, so after that match we had, I'm pretty sure it was the Divas title match, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the Divas title match. So you had Brie Bella challenging Charlotte for the WWE Divas Championship match with Ric Flair at ringside. It was alright. Brie came out wearing Dana Bryan's kick pads to pay homage to Dana Bryan, as he's retired, as you all know. And they pretty much went to war. Brie even taunted Charlotte by doing the woo, and then she did the Ric Flair strut right in front of Rick, and Rick was like, ah, he was not happy. But and then you had Charlotte doing the yes chant every now and then just to piss Brie off. Brie actually hit one solid forearm that her sister always does. Nikki always hits that forearm pretty damn hard. She hit Charlotte with that fucking hard too. You could tell it rocked Charlotte, like it was almost knocking her out. But she kicked out of it. Brie actually went for the the yes lock a couple of times. She did lock it in once, but Charlotte ended up getting out. I think Rick kind of tried to get involved by grabbing Charlotte's leg to pull her closer, but the ref kind of stopped it. And yeah, but I'll get back to that. She also went for those yes kicks that Daniel Bryan does. The kick combination thing that he always does. She went for them. She got a lot of them in, but when she went for the final one, I think Charlotte dodged it. So, and she even hit her Brie made type of knee to the face on Charlotte. It didn't really connect, which is what I noticed. But back to the yes lock. She had her in the yes lock. I don't think Charlotte hit the spear at all in this match, but it went longer than what was expected. I think it went longer than Becky and Sasha versus Tamina and Naomi, but it wasn't as good as the tag divas match. But she locked in the yes lock, and then she kind of spun it around. But before she locked in the yes lock, she did a missile drop kick off the top rope, and she landed wrong and kind of hurt her knee. I think it was the left knee that she hurt. She must have landed on it and tweaked it or something, and then she hit a Bella Buster. Charlotte kicked out, looked in the yes lock, and then she turned it into a one-legged crab. I can't remember, Boston crab, yeah. And she was holding it there, and then she had to adjust it because her knee, you know, she had a sore knee. And as she was adjusting it, she got reversed and flipped into the rope, and then she got the figured eight locked in, and Charlotte had it pretty much locked into her, and as soon as it was pretty much arched up, she tapped. So Charlotte won by submission. My prediction for the match, like who I was hoping to win, even though I don't like both of them that much, I was hoping Brie would win because I'm not really the fan of Charlotte at the moment. So I predicted Charlotte to win, and I predicted her to win by submission. It got them both right. So after that match, we ended up heading to, it was a 6-man tag match, I'm pretty sure it was. We had Big Show, Kane and Ryback versus the Wyatt families, Eric Rowan, Luke Harper and Braun Strowman with Brie at ringside. So the WWE Titans versus the four horsemen type of, or like not the four horsemen, but like I think they're trying to be like the really like dangerous demon-y type of ones, like not like the old four horsemen were, but they seem to always be losing. But so the match went, we had pretty much, it was pretty intense. They were actually going pretty good. I didn't think this match would be that good because I wanted to see it, but you kind of thought that it was going to be one-sided every now and then. But it actually went back and forth. Ryback and Kane and Big Show actually fought back. They were actually destroying the Wyatt family at points, and the Wyatt family were destroying them at points. It ended up with Ryback in the he was legal, same as Luke Harper. They were all taking each other out. One of the biggest things was to take out Braun Strowman. Who took him out? Big Show. I thought he'd take him out with a knockout punch, but he actually speared him outside the ring with all his full force of his body and took him out. So this left Ryback and Luke Harper. Ryback was going to do a move, and then Brie got involved on the outside, but then Kane came out of nowhere and boom! Big booted him right in the face, and Harper got distracted, got hit with a shell shock, and Ryback won the match. So Ryback, Kane and Big Show won the match. It was pretty good. It would have been better for WWE to actually have the Wyatts win, because considering that every single time they had the Wyatts in rivalries, they destroy on like Raw and SmackDown and all them. Like they carve up, and then when it comes to the pay-per-view, they can't get the job done. For example, they were destroying the Dudleys. Then they lost against the Dudleys. They were destroying Kane and Undertaker, and then at the pay-per-view they lost, and then they lost again. So it's kind of like WWE's kind of burying them. Like they don't know how to book the Wyatts right. They like make them so fearful and dominant, and then when it comes to the pay-per-view they fail. But so I predicted in this one, I predicted the Wyatt family to win, and I also was hoping they would win, so that they could actually get the push that they needed to start being the dominant tag team, and the most dominant for, you know, stable in there at the moment. But I predicted them to win, and I was hoping that would win, and I also predicted them, Braun to be the one to win the match by a submission chokeout type of thing. However, Ryback and Big Show and Kane won the match, and Ryback won by pinfall, so that match, first match I actually got wrong, guys. Every other match I got pretty much all right, besides the result of how the free falls happened in the Kalisto and Del Rio match. So, after that one, we had I believe it was the AJ Styles and Chris Jericho match, number 3. Awesome match. Now, as you all know, big fan of AJ Styles. What's this? AJ Styles t-shirt. Oh yeah, can you see it? Yeah, that's right, AJ. But yeah, so I was chanting for him, wearing the shirt. I was fucking yeah. And there was a couple of botched moves in the match, but other than that, they were actually doing pretty big moves. AJ hit the Styles Clash. Didn't get the win off that though, but they were going back and forth. Some pretty high risk moves. Came down to the end where AJ locked in his calf crusher submission move, and he made Chris Jericho tap. AJ won, and then after the match they shook hands. And yeah, I thought Jericho would kind of be a bit pissy and attacking, but he actually showed some actual respect and good sportsmanship and shook AJ's hand, and, you know, realised that you are good, you are great, and you are phenomenal, which is what AJ is. So guys, in this match I predicted AJ Styles to win, and I also was hoping for him to win. In the prediction video I also said that, but I predicted him to win. I got that right. I predicted him to win by pinfall though, with the result part of it. And he actually won by submission, so I got half of that. I got the actual result, but not the actual outcome. So, that's all of them good in my thing. I've got pretty much about 5 things out of 6 predicted right, guys. The only one I got wrong was the Kane, Big Show and Ryback one, which I actually thought the Wyatt family would win that. And then we went to the Cutting Edge Peep Show, guys. Now, this one was actually pretty funny. You had Edge and Christian talking, they were plugging the show all the time. New Day came out, they were actually doing a funny segment between the two of the teams. And then what I kind of noticed is that New Day kind of hinting out how they're, you know, not defending the titles and shit like that. And then Edge and Christian kind of hinted at one team that they haven't done against and all that type of shit. And I was like, oh, we're going to have that type of thing that I predicted. I was predicting a match. I was also predicting it to be, if Edge and Christian set it up, I was predicting that it would be Enzo and Cass or the Social Outcasts. However, they started poking fun at the League of Nations, which is Del Rio, Sheamus, Rusev, and Bad News Barrett, or King Barrett. And they actually called him out, and they actually came out and got in the ring, making fun of him for a bit, and then New Day left, and Edge and Christian left, and then it was weird because they did some type of segment up on the top of the on the ramp where New Day were doing Xavier was playing the trombone, and Big E and Kofi were doing the booty shaking and shit, and then Edge was throwing the money out behind him, and Christian was plugging his show. What's your show? What's your show? Like, it's like, Christian, shut up. Christian, shut up. We already know. We see it 4 times every fucking Raw and SmackDown, and we saw it like how many times on Fastlane? Like 4 or 5 times plugged on there, as well as he's also fucking talking about it. But yes, it will be a good show, and I will be watching it, but it doesn't need to be plugged every 5 minutes, guys. And yeah, I thought they'd lead to a match, but it wasn't. It was just a funny segment. Not urination, which like Krim's Toy Show says. I just say you don't have like the WWE network for some reason, or you don't have like Foxtel or Star or whatever to actually watch Raw or any of the other shows, you can feel free to watch This Week in WWE with TheJaseDawg. Every week it comes up. So, and that will most likely be up by this weekend after I've watched all the episodes. So, in the last match, we had the triple threat match between Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns, and Dean Ambrose. Brother versus Beast. And this match I was actually looking forward to. I was hoping that the result wouldn't be shit. So, I'll get to the result soon. But first I'll say who I was hoping to win. I was hoping Dean would win this match. So, we'll soon find out. So in this match they started it, they were all there, and then Brock, so the bell rang. Brock went straight for Dean, and then he started destroying Roman, sent Roman to Suplex City. Dean came to help Roman, he got sent to Suplex City. They actually both went multiple times. Brock sent them here, there, and everywhere, like, you know, sightseeing in Suplex City, bitch. He even sent them to Suplex City together at the same time. Roman had Dean up on his shoulders, and then Brock come along, both went to Suplex City. F5'd both of them, and they actually had to kind of work together multiple times to actually get rid of Brock. So they had to throw him through the announce table shield style without Seth. So they shield powerbombed him through one of the announce tables. I think it was the Spanish announce table, if not it was the German one. But he went through that. He was pretty fucked up after that. Then they went back in there. Dean. So after they did that, Dean threw Roman headfirst into the steps, which was awesome, and then started destroying Roman. And then we had Roman getting his ass whooped, and then kicked out. I think he kicked out the Dirty Deeds, and then they realised that Brock was stirring and getting back up. So Dean told Roman, "Look, he's getting back up." So they both rolled out there, threw him into the thing, and then powerbombed him through the other table, the actual table of Saxton, JBL, and Cole's table. Through them, powerbombed him through a table. So he went through two announce tables, and then they buried him under the table, and then Roman ended up starting beating on Dean, and then he, out of nowhere, Brock got back in there later on, and started beating on him. I think that's when he got back in there and hit him with a suplex that took them both to Suplex City. And yeah, so he kind of fucked him over and destroyed him, and it was pretty back and forth. Brock didn't really do too much damage to him. Like, he did a lot of damage, but he actually wasn't in the match for long because he kept getting taken out. But he ended up having, I think Dean ended up going out of the ring, and Brock was beaten on Roman. I can't remember. I think he had him in. He was about to hit him in a suplex or something, and Dean hit him in the back with a chair, and then with a steel chair, and then he hit Brock a couple of times and was laying Brock out, and Brock was selling it. He was selling those hits, and then he hit Roman a couple of times. Roman a bit iffy with the hits, and then he hit Brock again, and Brock slid out of the ring, sold the steel chair hits to the back, and then out of nowhere, Dean gets speared by Roman. Roman no-sold the chair hits. What the fuck? He got straight up from two chair hits to the back that were pretty fucking hard hits. No-sold them, got up after Brock was taken out, and hit Dean with a spear. What the fuck, Roman? And then, as I predicted, Roman won the match. So my prediction was for this match that Roman would win, and he would win by pinning Dean Ambrose. Who I was hoping to win, I was hoping Dean to win. Who actually won? Roman, so I got that right, and I got the actual result of that, which was him winning by pinfall on Dean. However, I actually thought the Wyatt family would come out and screw Brock over, but it never happened, so maybe different plans. Roman was, in the ring, the crowd weren't too happy, as I wasn't. I do like Roman Reigns, but I'm kind of getting sick of him always getting these wins and shit like that, especially when Dean or Brock deserved it a little bit more than him. And do we all really want to see Roman Reigns as a 3-time champ when no one else has held it more than once for the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship? I don't think so. He's already a 2-time champ, and his first reign was a fucking joke. But yeah, well, maybe this is leading to something else. But now he's the number one contender, and he's heading to WrestleMania to verse Triple H for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship in the main event. And we all know who I'll be going for in this match, Triple H, one of my all-time favourites. Yeah, so out of all of them, my favourites of all time would be Triple H. He's one of them, but I always go for Triple H regardless. I don't care if he's good or bad, he's always my favourite. I have multiple favourites, but yeah. And maybe we'll have Dean Ambrose versus Brock at WrestleMania. That would be a good match. Like, it'd be one-sided because Dean would get his ass whooped a lot, but maybe Dean gets the win. Don't know. It would be actually interesting to see that. But then Triple H ended up coming out while Roman was in the ring, and they kind of had a stare down. Kind of should have ended up in a fight, like Triple H beating his ass or Roman beating him up. But they kind of just stood there with Triple H holding the title, eye to eye, looking at each other with WrestleMania in the background above the title. And that's how it ended, guys. So I believe I got all of my predictions right of who would win the matches, besides the Wyatt family, where Ryback and Kane and Big Show actually won that match, and then the results were all mostly right. So we're heading to WrestleMania next, guys. I will be doing a prediction video for the WrestleMania card, like a couple of days before, maybe even, I'd say a couple of days before WrestleMania. And then after WrestleMania's happened, I will do the results recap like this video right here, guys. So guys, if you like this video, make sure you hit that like button hard, but not too fucking hard, don't break your computer. And while you're here, guys, hit that subscribe button and spread the word of the TheJaseDawg to everyone you know. And if you want to follow me on Instagram and Twitter, the links are in the description and down below. As well as the prediction video, if you want to watch that and see what I predicted, as well as this video, I'll have the link for the prediction video in the description down below too. Now guys, as always, stay awesome. The TheJaseDawg is out of here. See ya.